Den of Thieves is one of those action movies that caught me by surprise. I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't know I was going to like it as much as I actually did. So, of course, when we were left with a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end of part one, or not even really a cliffhanger, just breadcrumbs as to a possible sequel, and then they announced that there would be a sequel, I was stoked. We had Gerard Butler coming back, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. coming back as well, and I finally watched it. And I got to tell you, I loved it. It wasn't a perfect film, but it was a great sequel. Not better than the first, and for a couple of reasons, which I'll get into later. Um, Overall, it picks up after the last movie, pretty much after. Nick's had going through a divorce. It's been finalized, and our character of Donnie is pulling a job overseas. Now, this is where kind of I feel it's flawed, and I wish they would have picked up. I wish they would have kept his crew with him for this sequel. Also, the heist to begin with seemed a little bit out of scope. The first one dealt more on personal matters where we had a bunch of underdogs trying to get back at the people that underestimated them. Hence, and then they pulled their heist, right? That was the purpose. Here we're leaning more towards like a Fast and the Furious or some other shit where Donnie is perceived as this mastermind, and he is, but beyond what he's supposed to be. Like, this is a regular thing for him. When it isn't. Again, the other one was circumstantial, and now he's robbing a fucking diamond off a plane. A really cool sequence, but for me, that seemed like a bit of a stretch. I would have really enjoyed it if the crew that he was with throughout the last movie that helped him with the heist and were with him at the end of the first one, scoping out and getting the ideas of this other heist, would have stuck with him because that would have made sense. This was different. He was on his own and blah, blah, blah. So, besides that, I really liked the chemistry between him and Gerard Butler's character as they bridged from enemies to friends. We get a new crew put together, Fast and Furious style, honestly, but much better. This is how it's done right. It's not too out of beyond perception and belief. They also based this heist on an actual heist. It was the Atuera. Hold on, I'm gonna butcher that. I think I'm no. Crap. Anyways, so there's some grounding here. The action scenes are phenomenal. The actual heist is great. But again, it starts off with me on a decline with the crew. The movie does start off pretty slow, and I think the runtime was a little too long. Some of the dialogue and scenes felt a bit forced. And it was lacking action. Although we had some action scenes and they were good, it lacked action for what this kind of a movie we should have received, right? But overall, it was very, very good. Like I said, I really like the rapport between our two main characters down to the very end, and expect some twists and turns throughout the movie too, because that's what these Den of Thieves movies are supposed to be about. And it's a cool turnaround to where our characters were developing in the first movie. We get a complete direction with them down to the very end. And good news is there has been confirmation that there will be a third to wrap up our trilogy, and both Gerard and O'Shea are coming back along with original director and writer. I personally think you'll love it. I give it about a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you thought about it down below, of course, and as always, appreciate you.